Hello everyone, it is time for books and arrows. The first thing I'm going to talk about today is you can either do like survival packs or you can do like not really survival packs but packs or just little stuff to take with you when you go hunting. So when I go bow hunting, I have this little seat I can take with me. I sit on it, but it also has a pouch down here. So I'm going to kind of show you what I put in all of mine. So, and I mean, you can also use backpacks like these, but I don't because I need something to sit on when I go hunting. So a couple things I have in there are some deer scent, but on the bottom of your boots, and then when you step, it smells like other female deer or male deer, so they follow those. Binoculars are a good thing to have because then you can look and see if there's anything out there, stuff like that. I don't have one on me because it's on my pouch, but a rangefinder is really good to use because you can range a couple of the trees and kind of know how far you can shoot a deer if you see them. So I kind of like that. But when you kind of have like only three pins, kind of set your three pins on those three sites that you want to like probably 50, either 50 or 40, 30, and 20 would probably be the best bet on setting those. Um, you probably are gonna need like some sounds. So like I'm gonna it's a sound maker and it sounds like others do. So that'd probably be nice. Sharp a sharp knife would be nice. So when you cut the deer, have something to cut it with. Um, and then some hand warmers. Those are always nice to have, especially when it gets really cold later at night. Um, whichever release you prefer, I'll probably shoot with one of these, and you can shoot with the other one. Take that with you. Or you can have it like in a crop pocket or something. Anyway, probably will need a arm guard. I have this one that I like to use, or there's other ones, but when you have arm guards, you mostly want it to be camo when going bow hunting. And then, so those are some stuff you can put in there. Some other stuff you might want to take with you is like some rope, um, flashlight are a good thing to use, especially when tracking blood. You might want to have like markers, like certain spirits or like hats or something. So like if you have to leave the trail that next day, you can find the trail a little bit better or something just to leave out there. It doesn't have to be much. Um, Also, another good thing to have when hunting um, is probably going to be your deer tag. If I can find one. So you'll probably want that as your deer tag. Either if you have like your wallet on you, keep it in your wallet or put it like in one of your pockets, something like that. Also, if you're 16 and you're going by yourself, you need your Missouri conservation card, which I do not have one yet, working on it. You'll need that to go by yourself. Some other things, so if you've been bow hunting or rifle hunting, you kind of know the requirements. So when bow hunting, you need to wear camo. That's all you have to wear, just camo. You don't have to wear anything orange at all because you're out in the woods and people aren't really gonna look at you as much. So you just need camo going bow hunting. So that means you want pretty much everything and the deer won't see you as much. But when you're rifle hunting, you need your orange. So this says shields on it. That don't really matter as long as it's a bright orange color. You'll need a hat and you'll need an orange vest. One's vest will look like this. This is a very old orange vest. You can also keep stuff in it when you are rifle hunting. Gloves, those are a good thing to have. Stocking cap, and let's see what's some other stuff. Um, when I wear these, I like to put a warmer in this very back pocket back here, and it feels really good. This is so like I carry these to clean my stoves off with, or to clean something that I need cleaned with. I use those for. Sometimes when I take my vest with me, I'll put my tags in my vest. Probably some also the things you might need are zip ties or a plastic baggie to put your like to zip tie your tag around it and put it in the ziploc bag so you don't lose it. And probably a good thing also is to put your mag in it for if you go rifling. And then with your bow and stuff, you want to make sure you have your arrows on. So that's always good. And then to have like it has a small stabilizer on it, your sight pins. So I yeah, these are set on 20, 30, and 40, which is fine. So just make sure you got everything on your bow that you need. So those are some things that you can have to when you go hunting. Probably a good thing to also have when hunting is like um, someone to go with you because and like if it's like a really big buck, you can have them help you haul the buck up the ditch, not coming from experience, girl. Yes, coming from experience. I've had to do that multiple times. So it's a good thing to have some rope on hand or tie strap. That works a lot too. So yeah. Let's see what else. What are some good things to? Those are just some things that I take with me. Let's see. I know some people like to carry like oh what is it called? Oh, it's this like long tube that you can like blow out of, and it's kind of like one of these, but instead you blow through it and it sounds like a buck. So then like the does or other bigger bucks come where you're at because they think there's like a bigger male or something, and like they're trying to fight, so they like fight each other or something. So that's also a good thing to have. We also take, which I didn't go into them because they're not very good, and they're in my collar strips. But horns, when you mash them together, I know they have some rubber ones that like Bass Pro or something. But some horns that you like clank together and allow the other does and other bucks aware that there's something going on and they'll want to come like see what it is. And it sounds like two big bucks are fighting. So that's also another good thing to take with you. You also um, you might want to take more than one knife with you because sometimes like those smaller knives like I have, like these, aren't always the best to cut through, especially their collarbone. It's really hard to get them through. I actually used this one this year and it was quite hard to get it through its collarbone. So I'd take a bigger knife than the one you have and then you can use that one to cut like the inside of it maybe. So that works too. Um, okay. Well, I had a little scent thingy, but yeah, so the scent stuff, there's that where you put it just like a few dots in the bottom of your boots, and then when you walk, it smells like deer scent. So they'll follow that scent down to where you are and they'll kind of scope around. There's also a little bottle you can get, and you can open them up and just leave them open, and now you have like the deer scent and stuff. You probably, when picking out your spot, you probably don't want to walk down there too much with like your human scent because with your human scent, it can scare the deer away, kind of. So you don't really want that. So you just want to keep your scent away from that spot as much as possible. Um, I know as a girl, if you're going hunting, it's very hard to go hunting because you want to put on deodorant and everything. They actually have this conditioner, shampoo, and body wash stuff that I have that I got given to me, and it is actual deer scent away. I use that when I go hunting and wash my hair and my arms and everything with it, so I smell kind of like the outdoorsy, no scent, so then they don't pick up my scent as much. My clothes, I try not to wash them unless they're like really bloody, because then I don't want like that fresh, drier scent and everything on them. But also when going like uh, bow hunting, there's this spray stuff you can get on, and you'll spray it on your clothes, and it'll make you smell like nothing. So that helps too. Um, you might want to keep like um, take toilet paper with you if you have to go to the bathroom. Kind of easy stuff. Take more than what you need of arrows, because I had like so like I have 3 arrows, and that's good for me. So I wouldn't just take like one arrow with you, because when when you find your deer, make sure you take your bow with you, because it might somewhat be alive, so you might have to kill it again. Um, when Okay, so like deer, they're like that very dark tan brownish color. When they're out there like smelling and sniffing, they will also like rub their horns on trees to mark their territory. So like if another buck comes into their territory and sees that, sometimes they might like look around and see. So you might try to find a spot that has like multiple like deer sheds and like all that, so they'll kind of come back to that spot. A doe has like a mile radius around, so like a mile radius that it walks the whole time, and then a buck has an 8 mile radius that it walks around. Those are kind of the difference between the two. So the buck will go 8 miles and the doe will go 1 mile. So they have like a little walk that they go on, which is actually quite cool. Let's see. Um, Probably when rifle hunting, you just want to make sure that your mag is full, you're safe with it. Uh, when rifle hunting, you don't really need as much like scent away as you do. So like when you go bow hunting, you're actually sitting out in the woods so they could like come up to you. But when you're rifle hunting, you're about 300 yards away from them, so they won't smell you as much. But that bright orange, they're colorblind. Deer are colorblind. And when they see that bright orange, they don't see anything. So if you move, they're like kind of skeptical, but they not skeptical at the same time. So when they see that bright orange color, they're not really scared of it, and they can't really see you very much. The reason we wear bright orange is so when other hunters are out hunting, they see us and know not to like look like shoot us, because if I'm walking around, I may look like a doe, so they might shoot me. Well, if you are one of those who just see something move and shoot it, please make sure to look through your scope and make sure it's a legal buck, make sure it's not someone just walking around bow hunting, and try and look through the scope and make sure that it is a deer before you shoot it. Another thing when going hunting is if you're in a deer stand, you might want to have an extra arrow up in case one falls off. Going up that, you may not be able to carry as much with you. So like if you get the camo pants, it's got a lot of pockets, you might stuff like little stuff in there, and then like if you need like your knife or your rope or something, leave it like in the truck or something, and then after you shoot it, go back and get that stuff you need, and then go and track your deer. Or if you have someone with you, they can carry that stuff, and you don't have to, so it's not a lot of weight on you. And in a deer stand, you can use a harness or not use a harness. It's up to you. Let's see. Bow hunt. So in rifle hunting, you're like way out in the open. So like you may have like a stand you might sit in. Um, you might have a stand that you sit in or something like that. So just try and I know like me and my father, we don't have the fancy stand, so we like put a hay bale out and sit on it, or like have it block the wind or something. So we'll be way out in the open. So we try and make sure everyone can see us, which mostly the land we hunt on is private, so we don't really have a lot of that problems. But sometimes my grandpa will come up there and he'll check and see how the part like the land is, and like, yeah, just check to make sure. When rifle hunting, so you're gonna want a rifle to shoot probably from 100 yards to about almost 400 yards, kind of right in between those ranges. You shouldn't have to shoot anything to about 400 yards unless you want to. The last doe that I killed with my gun was like 350 yards, and that's the farthest I've ever shot with my rifle. So I just try to keep it more in the 200 range, so I don't have to. Um, and then like the rifle, you just need the colorful hat, and then you can wear like jeans and boots, whatever you want. You just need the orange. More in bow hunting because you're out sitting in the woods where they like wasp and everything. So you'll need like the orange hat, the orange or the camo hat, the camo shirt, the camo pants, the camo boots. Like you need everything to be camo so they don't recognize you. So I like this little arm guard. My dad says it's not a real arm guard, but I like this one because I just like slide it on over my clothes, and there we go. So it's got like two different pockets, so I can put like something in here and something right here. So I have more pockets I can use. So, and it has a little grippy thing inside to stay on your foot, so that helps. There's also different ones you can use. You can use the harder plastic ones. It's just we wear those like on the arm that's like a holding our bow to where like if we're shooting it and we just have like a regular long sleeve on and it's all bulky, our string may hit it and our arrow may not go where we want it. So we put one of those on so it just doesn't hit any of my bumps or any of the shirt bumps or anything like that. Is also why we wear an arm guard. Even though you're a good enough shooter, you still need an arm guard. My dad's bow, as you can tell in the back, is camo. My bow is black, which is fine because it kind of blends in with the ground and stuff, so it works. But I probably wouldn't go out and buy some like pretty pink camo bow or something just to go bow hunting. It's kind of like you don't need no pretty pink bow to go bow hunting. You need like a camo bow or like this solid color. So I wouldn't go out and buy like a solid hot pink color. I'd go with a darker level of color. Just to put that out there. Um, I mean, when you're shooting guns, rifles, it doesn't really matter what color it is because you can't see it from that far. So if you want a pink camo gun, that's fine. But a bow, you might want to go with a darker color. I know last year I didn't have a camo hat and I had to put leaves in my hat to make it more camo-like. That was fun. And then as we're walking down, like, you have so many sticks in your hat. And I'm like, I know, and I went pulling them all out. And I had found sticks later that day, and I was like, there were tons of sticks in my hair. Um, Sometimes they have these backpacks, which I've only seen them once, where It carries your bow too, so those are really nice too. And then you carry all your stuff in your bow, so you don't have to worry about it. That helps. Missouri Conservation tries their best to make sure that they put like their like bow season and then gun season and then rifle season for shotgun, all the different disciplines. And then they try to do like crossbows with the second season with bows. They try to level it out enough to where everyone gets their own section of season, so you're not running into a person bow hunting and another person gun hunting and then colliding together. So they try to work them out so they're not both in the same day or in the same weekend. Um, I do want to clarify because I know I've had this problem. During early youth season and late youth season, the reason they give us those times is so we can go out and hunt. Cause, we may have like school or something, unlike the older people who can go out and hunt whenever. We have schoolwork to do. I don't because I'm homeschooled, but so try and make sure you just let them have their time and not complain about it. Um, Always the first weekend of open season, they suggest that you take your deers in to get um, get tested. It is not mandatory for you to test your animals just in case you want to. Or no, sorry. The first weekend of deer season they ask you to, but the rest of the time you do not have to. Also, my point about early and late youth season is you can shoot a buck during early season and youth late season. You can shoot bucks. It's not just only open season. They do have a time just for doe season too, so you gotta watch out for that. If you get the Missouri Conservation books, that kind of specifies more on like um, what days end here, what days they start, what days they end. They're also more clear on what all you can use and what you need to wear as well. They're also very clear on um, how tall the horns need to be on a buck. I can't think of the name. It's like the little antlers. Little doe, little bucks. Anyway, so that kind of tells you what you need to look for when hunting as well. Some places you can get your deer tags are at Walmart. Back in the hunting section, you can get them at Charlie's Place in Unionville, Missouri. You can probably get them at Bass Pro, Cabela's, any of those. Maybe your local gun shops. I don't think so, but you might want to check with them if you can. You can get them pretty much about anywhere except for like Hy-Vee and stuff. So try to find like a gun slash bow place to kind of find out where you need to get your tags at. It also, what me and my dad do is we keep like one of our tags that we don't use. Um, we keep one of the tags we don't use like 1 year and we keep them so then when we take them in to get our tags and just show them our tags and then they can get all the information off of that instead of having to take everything in and get new tags each year. See, I don't understand that part, Richie, because he says it helps to know what zone you're hunting in. We have private land that we go on, so it's not like we have a certain limit that we have to stop at. Unlike people who come down here from like Nebraska or somewhere in those states and they land, they have a certain perimeter they can't go past. Um, we don't, so we just kind of hunt on our private land. So, see, I still don't understand that when you buy tags because on mine, It doesn't, like, in Missouri, it doesn't say, like, what zone you're hunting in on your tag. I don't think it is. Yeah, no. Yeah, see, on our Missouri tags, it doesn't say, like, where we're hunting at. So, like, if you're hunting on private land, when you call in your deer, you'll say, they'll ask you, private or open, and you'll have to say private land. Or if you're hunting on open land, you say open land. So it just depends on what land you are. Um, but when you go in and buy tags, they shouldn't ask you what zone you're in unless you're in a different state. Because I've only done it in Missouri, so I don't know that part. So yeah. Um, I don't think I have anything else. Oh, mm, there are these arm guards, but they suck. They really do suck. They're not very big and wide. There are all different kinds of arm guards. See, that makes no sense to me. So he hunts in Davis County, which is a zone 3. I don't know if he zones. That's something in Missouri part that I live in. We don't do zones, but we have very small podunk towns. Nope, no trail cams. We redneck it. We go out. We sit there for about 4 hours, sometimes more. We do not use trail cams at all. We don't even set like food or like salt or anything else. We wanted to last year, but we didn't. We were too busy last year. I mean, if you run trail cams, that's fine. It's just trail cams. It's just a lot of work. You gotta keep the batteries up. You gotta make sure you have a memory card. You gotta make sure you're taking the memory card out so you can see what's all around there. I kind of think they're a waste of time, but that's just me because we go out and we actually sit out there and we wait. But that's just my own opinion on it. So, yeah, we don't run any trail cams. The trail, I mean, a huge bobcat. Okay, so, alright, whatever. Bobcats are bobcats, and one huge buck. How can you find a huge buck already? Their horns are barely growing. I mean, I guess, okay, I guess their horns should be growing, but how, how big of a buck? Oh, I mean, you can't say a huge buck and not say how many points it is. How many points is it? Okay, well, we're not worried. I'm not worried about body. I want more of like the points on his head, like how many horns. Because I have a deal with my family. If I get a buck bigger than my brother's in our living room, then mine gets back and put on the wall and his gets downgraded to his house. So I want the bigger horns, like, oops, I'm sorry, like is on my shirt, like, those are some big horns. Yeah. I mean, 10 points is alright. You know, I want to go a little bit bigger than 10 points, but 10 points is alright. I don't know how many points my brother has, but I would say a small amount. Hey, elk mooses are starting to come back, so just watch out and make sure you don't accidentally shoot a moose. It's life. Okay, so I have some other stuff I have to do today, so I'm gonna end the show a little bit early. Thank you all for watching. Tune in next 2 weeks from today. So, see you all.